Hey, what's up? It's Alex. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey guys, it's me. Just a quick heads up. This is a real advertisement for a wonderful company called Instacart. So just keep that in mind and let's get into it. We know the world is uncertain, and in uncertain times, you're uncertain about what's outside. With riots, political unrest, quarantines, and lockdowns, the last thing you want to do is go out there. So what do? Do you live off of cat food and Cheerios until the supply runs out? You starve and your cat feeds on your rotting corpse? Don't let it get that far with Instacart, a service which delivers your groceries, pet supplies, and more, all to your door. Ask this satisfied customer. Hey, it's me, Alex. Personally, I'm just a socially anxious person. I don't know if it's because I'm stoned all the time or extremely insecure. So even before this pandemic, I didn't go outside. I've been using Instacart for years. Then when the pandemic hit, and the one thing that I would go outside for, the barber, was closed, I was able to order a hair trimmer from Instacart, and it was at my home within an hour. And honestly, I was able to give myself a better haircut than my shit barber. So don't worry about your little cat named Boots stalking you like a lion would to an antelope. You can get all the things you need for both of you all within an hour with a small delivery fee. Create your account by following the link in the show notes of this podcast and start staying home today.
Coming to you live from my apartment. This is the Short News with Alex Mador.
Hello and welcome to the Short News. I'm Alex Mador, the guy that's been trying to record for over an hour, but these goddamn birds won't shut the fuck up. And the air conditioners outside, in the other apartments, I can hear them all. And you probably can too. So I've added an extra filter to the episode. I'm hoping that does something. I can't guarantee anything. Let me check with the noise gates a little bit, because these birds, fuck man. Of course, the second I fuck around with the noise gate, the birds stop. Okay, yeah, welcome to the Short News. The most unprofessional show in the world. I'm your host that doesn't know his... What was it? His nose from his asshole? Or something like nose from his dick? Yeah, whatever. It's probably true. Whatever the dude said. Thursday, June 18th, 2020. It's hot as balls in here. Let me roll up my pants. Like a loser. So, coronavirus, is it still a problem? Yes. Cases are spiking. Still in half the states. But for some reason, Florida's governor says he's not going to lock down or take any sorts of precautions. They're just going to open right back up. Because Florida, where casualties don't matter. Yeah, this is the short news, but let me elaborate on this a little bit. Oh, CNN warning. I'm going to say that every time. The source is CNN. 10 states saw a record number of new COVID-19 cases this week. Florida being one of them, which could be the next epicenter of the pandemic. Florida reported 3,207 additional cases today, the largest single day count in the state since the whole pandemic. So that brings their total... Why is this happening with the audio? So that brings their total cases to 86,000 and is showing all the markings of the next large epicenter of virus transmission. So that's fantastic, everybody. Why is it always Florida? Why is it always Florida that's fucking everything up? This is apparently the worst it's been. And this is going to be an issue because a lot of the state's population are elderly. Florida is a place where, I always say Florida is a place for old people and pedophiles. Sometimes both, but, Florida is a weird state. And a lot of old people go there to retire. They're the most at risk of the population. Yet the governor says he's not going to do anything about it. And it says here, Florida joins 9 other states, Alabama, Arizona, California, Nevada, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Carolina, and Texas. Sounds like a Howard Dean speech. Yeah! Record high 7-day averages of new coronavirus cases per day. On that same topic, 23 states are seeing an upward trend in new cases of the coronavirus, and health experts cannot stress enough that we need to take precautions still. It's not over, guys. I haven't been outside in a couple of days, but from what I'm seeing, videos of outdoors, not enough people are taking this seriously. I've seen photos of people in this city just out drinking outside the bars. Some restaurants have had outside seating, and they're not even allowed to be doing that here. But they've done it. I think we're going to see a lot of cases spiking. I hope that's not the case, because I want to be able to go outside and not be scared anymore, but too many people are not taking this seriously enough. The whole state of Florida is fucked. I don't know, it just feels like the governor is more worried about the economy, which I get it. They've lost hundreds of millions of dollars just this spring. But it's better if your customers are alive and you lose some money than to not have those customers at all anymore because they're dead. Maybe that's just my damn libtard mind coming up with ideas, Been getting a lot of soy boy comments and simp and all those types of things now that the podcast is reaching people a lot more. I'm glad for engagement with other people. I really am, but I don't think I'm a simp. I stand up for dudes a lot more than I stand up for girls. If you listen to the relationship advice, I give mostly a dude's perspective with respect to the female perspective. What was my point? Right, stay inside. Right? Was that my point? No, it was Florida needs to get their shit together, stop being so greedy about opening up again for the businesses. Think about the old people. My grandparents are in Florida right now. They have a summer home. They have a Florida home that they go to when it's too cold in the Northeast, and they've been stuck there. And I know my grandmother's been really freaked out the whole time, apparently cleaning nonstop, and it's scary. It must be really scary being old in a time like this. I would not want to do that. 10 out of 10 would not do. Seriously. Why does my microphone keep warping like that? That's concerning. Jesus. Are we gonna be able to get through an episode? So yeah, let's not dwell on Florida too much. It's their funeral, really. Dr. Fauci is saying the first wave isn't even over yet. That's another thing that you guys need to know. Because certain people on the non-science side of things will try to tell you that the virus is done. That wave 1 is over. Things can go back to normal. Just whatever. Open up again, it'll be fine, blah blah blah. All the medical professionals say the exact opposite. We're not even close to out of the clear. I've had too much coffee today. My acid reflux is back. In other coronavirus news, a GOP sheriff vowed not to enforce Arizona's coronavirus restrictions. He has now tested positive. Isn't that karma, Sheriff? Well, that's darn tootin' some karma right there if I ever seen it. As the rest of Arizona followed a stay-at-home order imposed by the governor in May, Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb proclaimed that the state's attempt to curb the spread of the novel coronavirus was unconstitutional. His quote was, "The numbers don't justify the actions anymore. 300 deaths is not a significant enough number to continue to ruin the economy." That's 300 lives that are gone now. That should be enough to warrant precautions. Even just one is a tragedy. Like 300? That's terrifying. How can anybody in public safety be okay with that? Of course, so many people in this country now think that science is a liberal conspiracy. And I had someone even tell me this week that the schools suck. They are teaching us lies, and they have rewritten history to be more, I guess, PC. And I was also told I need to read old history books, not the new ones that they're giving out. Which, why? So I can see how the Civil War wasn't actually about slavery. It was about states' rights. States' rights to do what, then? States' rights for what? What were the states trying to get the right to keep? Slavery. Duh. If anything, the old history books are full of propaganda and lies. Even my history books when I went to high school were bullshit. They were like, oh yeah, it's just about states' rights. And even back then I was like, okay, states' rights for what? Because it seems like the main thing they were fighting over was slavery. The North didn't want it. The South wanted the right to keep doing it. So note, the modern education system is not a liberal conspiracy. And neither is science. I'm sure the government lies to us about some things. I'm sure the government lies to us about a lot of things. I mean, look at who's president. He lies all the time. But I'm sure they tell the scientists, listen, don't tell them about the aliens or some shit like that. But they're even telling us about UFOs now. There's a dude, like a esteemed, is he a professor or a scientist, who was on a podcast. He was on Mom's Basement, the one with Keemstar, unfortunately, and FaZe Banks, who I like. I think he's cool. But they had this guy on. Let me find out his name. Dr. Stephen Greer. And he was talking about how humans are capable of communicating with aliens, extraterrestrial life, through meditation. And talked about certain instances where they summoned UFOs using meditation to reach out. And as a firm believer in meditation and reaching higher consciousness and all of those types of things that I won't expand upon so you don't get bored, I'm intrigued. I really, because he talked about out-of-body experiences, and that's one thing that I've been trying really hard to have a lot more of, because astral travel is a really interesting thing to experience. I've only done it a few times. One time it's like so intense. But listen, I have my theories about spirituality and aliens, and it all connects back. Personally, I think it all connects back to the Mayans, because they just up and left. They just disappeared. Where'd they go? Boom, spaceship. It's just a podcast where a random dude you've never heard of talks about whatever the hell he feels like, with current events mixed in. That's why it's called the short news. Like, conservatives think that I am trying to be an anchor. I'm not. This is a podcast. Yeah, the news is what it's centered around, but do you hear what I'm talking about? Fucking aliens. Can we all agree that aliens are real? And that it would be cool to be able to talk to them? So I'm gonna try that. I'll let you guys know how talking to aliens goes. Next episode I come back like, guys, I think they stuck a machine up my ass and I just felt kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. I think I might call them again. Yeah, I'm gonna meditate again tonight. Do you think I should wait 3 days, or? I don't want to seem too desperate, Listen, I'm sorry about the background noises. I'm really trying my best to make those go away. Played around with the audio, a little bit. But there are huge air conditioner units outside, across from me and adjacent to me, parallel to me, all of the ways. And I'm too cheap to rent out a studio, and I couldn't if I wanted to, because there's still a pandemic. And I don't have the funds for that. And I'm not gonna start a Patreon. Start a Patreon for my feet. My disgusting feet. Alright, Trump tweets. 6 tweets in the last hour. Oh, fuck. So yeah, the Supreme Court rejected Trump's efforts to end DACA. So DACA is, because I didn't know, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, immigration policy that allows some individuals with unlawful presence in the United States after being brought to the country as children to receive a renewable 2-year period of deferred action from deportation and become eligible for a work permit in the country. Seems like a fine thing to keep. So the Supreme Court rejected Trump's decision to get rid of it, ruling it unconstitutional, seems like. So he doesn't get to deport those 650,000 people he's trying to. So what did he tweet about it? Do you get the impression that this... Fuck, why does it keep doing this? Is it the microphone near the phone? Do you get the impression that the Supreme Court doesn't like me? Oh my god. These horrible and politically charged decisions coming out of the Supreme Court are shotgun blasts into the faces of people that are proud to call themselves Republicans or conservatives. We need more justices or we will lose our Second Amendment and everything else. Vote Trump 2020. And then he says the thing about, do you think the Supreme Court doesn't like me or whatever? The recent Supreme Court decisions, not only DACA, sanctuary cities, census, and others, tell you only one thing. We need new justices of the Supreme Court. If the radical left Democrats assume power, your Second Amendment, right to life, secure borders, and religious liberty, among many other things, are over and gone. Over and gone are in all caps, by the way. And he keeps going. He goes on. The DACA decision, while a highly political one, seemingly not based on the law, gives the President of the United States far more power than ever anticipated. Nevertheless, I will only act in the best interests of the United States of America. What? And then he's saying he's not asking for a legal solution, not a political one, consistent with the rule of law. The Supreme Court is not willing to give us one, so we have to start this process all over again. And then he says, I will be releasing a new list of conservative Supreme Court justice nominees, which may include some or many of those already on the list by September 1st, 2020. If given the opportunity, I will only choose from this list, as in the past, a conservative Supreme Court justice. Based on the decisions being rendered now, this list is more important than ever before. Second Amendment, right to life, religious liberty, etc. Vote 2020. So, you can see where his mind is right now. Not a happy boy. Not a happy boy with the current Supreme Court decisions to say, nah. Just gotta text my dad that is present delivered. Got him a good one for Father's Day. I'm losing my voice, one sec. Me. Okay. So that's the Trump Twitter tirade of the day. Fun, as always. The noises are real extra right now. Fuck. This sucks so much. I think we talked about earlier in the week the record unhappiness. Yeah, US is at an all-time low for happiness. I wonder why everything is going wrong. No fucking shit, people are unhappy. They're out of work. They're stuck inside. They see nothing but violence and unrest. Did I talk about the video I saw? I don't know when this was. Earlier in the week, I was on Twitter. And I was scrolling as I do, and I have autoplay on. And this video of a bunch of police officers approaching a homeless man at a bus stop comes up, and they approach him with their guns drawn. He's, getting up. He's listening to them, like, stand up, put your hands up. And they're like, get on the ground. And he won't get on the ground. Like, he's not all mentally there, it seems like. And he won't get on the ground. But he's not attacking or anything. He just won't listen to that one command. And next thing I know, pop, 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 pop. They shoot him five fucking times. Immediately dead. I've never seen that before. Like, I always assumed that, there's like a couple seconds where they're still kind of alive and then they die. No. I literally watched the life leave this dude. There's these trigger-happy fucking cops. I've seen them mistreat homeless people before, in front of my face. The police aren't there for public safety. They're there to ruin your life. Like, I went through a phase where I wanted to be a cop because the benefits, and I thought, oh yeah, I can help people and protect people. But no, after seeing all this shit, all they want to do is bust people. All they want to do is take people down, ruin their lives, like I said. kick them while they're already down. It's a fucked up racist job. For like fucked up people who probably didn't have a lot of power or control in their life growing up, and now they're taking it out on everybody else. But yeah, I've been taking out my anger on the police in GTA Online. GTA, they stopped putting me in servers with other people, and they only put me in private ones most of the time. And my theory, and it's not a theory, they've said they do things like this, is that I play the game like an asshole. I pick one person, usually someone with the shittiest username, find them on the map, get in my Batmobile. Yeah, I have the Batmobile. It's called the Vigilante. If you're looking for it, it's in the Warstock Cash and Carry shop on your iFruit phone. It's got missiles, lock-on missiles. So you make sure that person that you're going after is in a vehicle, because that's the only way you'll be able to lock on to them. So you do that, or you get them on the map, show up, just blow them up, and then drive away with your booster, rocket booster, and you're good. And the thing is armored, so you can take a few hits of, or you can take a lot of bullets and take, I don't know, depending on where it hits you with an explosive, you might die. They nerfed it a little bit. Why does my sound keep... Oh, it seems like when my phone is near the mic, it does that. But when I started playing GTA again, was it a couple weeks ago? When all the police stuff really, like, when they started beating up protesters, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start fighting back digitally. And I get in this game, and there's a text chat where you can talk to everybody in the server, and there's even voice chat, but nobody does that. Or I turned it off. So somebody in the chat goes, car meetup at the casino. I think that car meetups in real life are the stupidest thing. Just a bunch of dudes. It's all dudes. The masculinity, like the toxic masculinity level is just so high. A bunch of dudes showing off cars that they have invested way too much of their paycheck into. It's supposed to just get you from point A to point B. Are you racing? No, I don't think so. So why do you have a racing suspension with fucking nitrous or whatever the fuck? I don't know cars. I had a pre-owned Audi A4 standard model growing up. Sold it once I moved to the city. I knew very little about it. Anyways, so this dude types into the chat, car meetup casino, and I'm like, oh, fuck car meetups, here we go. Get in the Batmobile and I wait, because I want to see all the people gather on the map to sure people are actually coming to this car meetup. So I'm not wasting my time, you know, because I have so much shit to do, right? No, I don't. And lo and behold, a lot of people show up with their best cars to this meetup. So I pull in, there's like 10 people, 10 players, all meeting up with their high-tech, tricked out, best painted, like some nice rides there. And I'm sure I just look like I'm one of the people at the meetup. For a split second, they're thinking that. And once I see they're all there, I'm like, okay, lock on. I lock on every single one. Heat-seeking missiles. And then just drive away as fast as I can. So now I'm not really wondering why GTA puts me in servers by myself anymore. I torment people in there. It brings out the inner bully in me. But you know, whatever. It's all in good fun. Cause it's just a game, but people get so mad. They're like, what the fuck, man? Why? And my answer to why is because I can. It's a video game where we have the capability to hunt each other down and kill each other with armored vehicles. Why would I not do that? That's the most fun part of the game. Other than, running from the cops and fighting back. Just sniping out random people and then being like, why? Oh, that was weird. Then being like, why? What the hell did I do to you? Nothing, I just didn't like your name. Alright, what else is in the news? Giant squid weighing over 700 pounds washes up on beach. Okay, cool. I mean, that sucks though for the squid. Guess that's interesting for science. Also, June 22nd to 26th, keep that on your calendar, is the Apple Worldwide Developers Conference, WWDC. They have it every year. I'm guessing this is going to be digitally done. So Apple's going to stream the keynote to YouTube, or probably from their site as well. They uploaded the special event video to their YouTube channel in preparation. It's going to be cool because we'll be able to get a sneak peek at the new iOS, which I'm always a big fan of those betas when they first come out. Get a hold of the developers beta. But I'm not going to do that this year because I just paid off this phone and I don't want to void my warranty because I pay for that monthly so that this phone doesn't get fucked up. It is so hot in here. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the news part here, and I'm gonna do a quick ad read. Just gonna do it off the top of my head because, in case the commercial at the beginning of the show wasn't annoying enough. Let's talk about Instacart, who has been nice enough to grace us with their presence on this show. Instacart, if you didn't know already, is an application for iPhone and Android that offers delivery from all of your favorite stores, like grocery stores, BJ's, also Costco. They've even got pet stores on there, like PetSmart. I've been using Instacart even before this pandemic, honestly. Like I said in the first commercial, I have really bad social anxiety, if we're being real, and I used to be afraid of going outside. So I would get Instacart to deliver my groceries or anything that I needed, including pet food. When Susie, our cat, showed up in front of our apartment and we brought her inside, Instacart was able to deliver cat litter, cat food, all the stuff we needed. They even have hay for the guinea pigs. And then when this pandemic hit, I started using them a lot more. Like when barbershops closed down, guess who started cutting his own hair with trimmers he got on Instacart? Me, this guy. So what I'm gonna do, and this is only for people that haven't created an account yet, you're gonna go to the hyperlink or affiliate link, whatever you want to call it, the link in the show description of this episode. Click that, and Instacart will know that I sent you. Create your account and relax and just wait for your stuff to get there. The only time you have to move is to open your door. That's the beauty of Instacart. Oh, okay. Yeah, this episode isn't going to be too long because I might actually faint in here. But I'm doing this for you guys. Okay, so here's a blind item revealed that we talked about last week, I think. Now that one streaming service has been required to hand over documents about how they manipulate the numbers for songs, I expect the rest will be forced to do so too. In the country leading the charge, there could be criminal prosecution too. Title. And the country being Norway. So I was wrong. I had no idea that was going on. Shit, so who's in trouble? Jay-Z? No. I mean, I don't know. Here's another. This back in the day A-plus list mostly movie actor who has never really been kind to women has certainly evolved over the years. His most recent girlfriend said he enjoyed being tied up and beaten before sex, which usually involved him being abused. It all sounds very painful. What? I don't know who that could be. People are guessing O.J. Simpson? O.J. Simpson, somebody just guessed a minute ago. John Cusack, Martin Lawrence. None of these guesses feel right to me because they aren't mostly movie. Steven Seagal. So the woman punishes Seagal by tying him up and beating him, and then he punishes them by making them watch the unedited version of On Deadly Ground. Is that one of his shitty-ass straight-to-DVD grocery store flicks? Listen, Steven Seagal. Hi, Alex Mador. Not a fan of your work. I hear you're a creepy guy. I'm not judging your kinks, man. We're all into freaky shit. Yeah, let's not expose any potential business issues. Alright, well, stop the blind items at this one. Blind items revealed. Apparently, stress conditions is the new term for having a miscarriage because you couldn't stop taking drugs. It is a term coined by the former tween singer turned meth head, Aaron Carter. He's in these all the time. Not a day goes by where Aaron Carter isn't mentioned in the celebrity blind items. Poor dude. I feel bad for him. Like, I know he's a major douchebag, but I don't wish drug addiction on anybody. That wouldn't be a nice thing to do. Seems like people are like rooting for the worst for these people, and they're all damaged AF. But then there's some that you learn are just so high up in power that it's just scary to learn about the things they're capable of. Alright, Reddit time, because nobody submitted advice yet. Don't be scared. Go to www.shortnews. The microphone cut out again. Go to www.shortnewspod.com and scroll down. I moved up the submit talking points section, so you don't have to scroll as much. It's like right there. Put in your info, tell me what your problem is. It doesn't just have to be relationships, it can be anything. Any sort of problem that you want advice for. I'll do my best to help. You can hear it on the show. Damn, I am like shaking. I really might pass out. Let's go to we haven't done the top ones yet. Okay, here's one. I broke up with my boyfriend because he hit my dog. Did I do the right thing? I'm gonna say right, yeah. You should have hit him. Okay, here we go. Okay, I was sure I made the right choice, but my friends are starting to make me doubt it. My boyfriend, male 27, and I, female 25, have been together for 2 years. We had a great relationship, and I really loved him. When the pandemic started, he moved into my place because I have 2 dogs and a big garden. He lives in an apartment that doesn't allow pets. He's always treated my dogs okay. Whenever he stayed at my house, he didn't seem upset if they barked or started chasing each other. My schnauzer is very playful, and my poodle prefers to lay down by the window. They're both friendly, trained, and not aggressive at all. He would pet them or give them treats, so his recent behavior really came off as a surprise to me. I started noticing that he would close the doors and leave my pets in the garden for hours. I would let them in and I'd find them outside again. My dogs are indoor pets, so they'd get a little restless and start crying after being in the garden for hours. He told me he needed peace and quiet so he could work more efficiently. He has business meetings on his laptop. Okay, understandable. My schnauzer can be loud, so I let it slide. But then he would wake up in the middle of the night to leave them outside again, when it's freezing. I'd wake up to find them crying and trembling. My dogs sleep in their kennel, so I don't see why he would do that. It's not like they're being loud at night or anything. I told him I wouldn't allow it, and we had a small fight over it. But he finally relented. Things were kind of okay after that. He'd still leave the dogs in the garden for hours, but once he was done with work, he'd let them in again. It's clear he doesn't like them because he ignores them, and when they try to play with him, or pushes them off the sofa, pushes them off the sofa when they try to cuddle to him. I would have tolerated that, but I swear I saw red when I found him hitting one of my dogs. Apparently he bit him and he reacted defensively, but I swear, the way he was treating my dog broke my heart. It wasn't just a slap, he was holding him down by the ear and hitting him repeatedly. My schnauzer has never, ever been aggressive. With the way he treats my dogs, I'm pretty sure he did something to him and my dog simply reacted accordingly. I adore my pets. They were my only friends when I first moved into the country. They're obedient and sweet, and I can't believe that my boyfriend could do that to one of them. What if it isn't the first time? It breaks my heart. I told him to move out after that. We had another big fight, and he says he can't believe I'm prioritizing an animal instead of him. I simply packed his things and asked him to leave. He did, and it's been a week. I'm a firm believer that animals shouldn't be mistreated, but my friends are telling me that I've lost a great guy with a good job who clearly loved me and wanted a future with me. Now I'm just confused. Maybe there was a solution and I reacted too strongly, but when I think back to that day when he hit my dog, I can't help but feel like I did the right thing by breaking up with him. Thoughts? Without reading the comments, yeah, you definitely did the right thing by breaking up with him. He's abusing your dogs, not just hitting them, but leaving them outside in the cold like that. That's such like a manipulative, fucked up thing to do. Like he's just trying to make their lives miserable. Like he does not seem like a kind dude. Don't you want somebody that loves your animals? That wants to play with them, doesn't leave them outside, doesn't mind that they're around, doesn't fucking hit them? The whole argument of why would you give all that up for your pets? Animals are just as entitled to a good life as a human being. Don't let any idiot tell you otherwise. We're all on the same earth. I treat my cat as an equal. Just, I'm an equal that has to open her food for her because she can't do it on her own. But still, she's my equal. Even the guinea pigs. People think we're crazy for that, but it's like, I don't get the so what, they're just animals idea. They're companions. They're little beings full of life that you love. And yeah, you may not be able to hold a intellectual conversation with your cat, but you can communicate and love and hang out. Susie's sitting right here. I love having my pets around. And you'll find somebody that loves your dogs just as much as you do. So don't listen to your friends. They suck. They're just jealous that you had somebody who had a job. They don't see the big picture. Let's do one more. How about it? Okay. How to celebrate a birthday. That's what we'll end on. Because I'm gonna pass out. Oh man. Reddit's having a server error. Okay, I'm going to be 18 and I don't know how to celebrate a birthday. I don't have so many friends and every holiday I stayed at home or I went to the cinema alone. Oh. Right now we have quarantine and most places are closed, so how should I celebrate my birthday? What's your advice? Well, that is a good question, my friend. How do you celebrate your birthday? During a quarantine. 18th. Nonetheless, well, my friend, there are a lot of things you can do once... Sorry, that was my college calling about some important stuff, my advising. So how is this guy gonna celebrate his 18th birthday? And this goes for anybody that's trying to celebrate something in quarantine. Well, you can't drink legally, so that sucks. And I would tell you to smoke some weed, but I don't know if you're into that type of thing, and you're only 18. Like, I can't say that. So, the one thing that I can tell you to do is maybe treat yourself, buy a new video game, watch a movie while it downloads, maybe pick up a new TV show, Dave on Hulu. It's a great show to binge. Watch a couple episodes of that, your game will be done downloading, load that up, order some food, order a nice delivery for yourself. Treat yourself, man. It's a big day. You probably just graduated high school. It's a huge deal. So what if you don't have a lot of friends? I don't have a lot of friends either. It's okay. I don't really like doing things with a lot of people on my birthday. I like when it's just me, Ashley, the pets. Doing a big thing like that, I just don't like being on the spot for a whole day. So just have a nice low-key birthday, enjoy it, relax. But I am seriously probably gonna pass out if I stay in here any longer. So thank you so much for listening. As always, go to www.shortnewspod.com, submit your talking points or your advice that you need, and follow me on Twitter at, what is it again? Alex_Mador? Yeah, Madore. Alright guys, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in a few days. I'm gonna go get some water. Peace.
Whew. It's really that time of year, and your team might finally do it. Or if you're a Rams fan, you might just want to book the trip now. This year, Super Bowl 56 is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, February 13th. You can scour resellers to buy an overpriced ticket closer to the day, or you can lock in the Super Bowl experience of a lifetime now with our friends at On Location. True 50-yard line seats, only available with On Location. An invite to celebrate on the field with the champs. On Location. Yes, you want to craft a perfect confetti angel like I did? Go to the game with On Location. And it's not just about gameplay. From dinner with NFL legend Marcus Allen to pre-game parties featuring acoustic sets for Wyclef, the official hospitality partner of the NFL is offering the most exclusive ticket packages available. Want to know how? Visit onlocationexp.com/SP56 or search Super Bowl On Location. That's right. Search Super Bowl On Location. Make the trip of a lifetime. It's your shot. Take it.